This week's first boat project was a winch cleaning lesson, but when starting a project after already working a full day, this first step is vital. Before the winch cleaning lesson, a speedy demonstration.
So you can see the edge of it.
I put my gloves on premature.
No, that's fine.
Oh.
So you're gonna take the screwdriver.
Uh-huh. This makes me nervous.
So once you get it popped up, kind of just walk it in a circle.
Oh, okay.
And then you're gonna pick up on it.
The whole thing?
Yep, the whole thing. Should come.
Should it?
Yeah.
I promise?
So you're gonna pull the paws out and make sure you don't lose the springs.
Yeah.
So it should just slide straight up. Yep. So I'd set the spring down here. We'll throw the paw in this.
Classic. I missed.
And then we'll have you pull the paws out of the bottom part too.
Oh, I didn't even see those guys down there.
Yeah, and now we'll have you grab the bearings. You should still pick straight up. And then you'll set both of them in here. I set them on the edge. So then inside here, you have a bunch of grease that you're going to want to wipe up and just get off. And you probably can just pull that out with the rag.
Oh.
Now you're going to take and start cleaning all this.
Just kind of give them a little scrub, is that what I do?
You want to make sure you go inside and out. Yep. This is going to need to be cleaned, so you'll need to clean this upper edge inside the little pockets.
Okay.
The teeth. And then like
kind of up in there a little bit.
Yep. So I just kind of flipped it upside down, and I actually set it right there. So I just kind of did little vertical motions and put my hand out here, so because that's where all the spray is going. And then the same thing just with the inside there. And then you want to make sure you clean the top groove and those pockets, probably with the toothbrush. So just set it in here on an angle, and then do the same thing you did the last time. stuff there. So you're gonna just put a little bit around the spindle part.
How much is a little bit? This much?
Probably 2 of those, but like just do, there you go. Just do 1, spread it around. A little bit more.
More than that, or is that good?
That's good, bordering on too much.
So, sorry.
No, that's fine.
Take a little off.
And then you're gonna grease each of these.
Okay. And how did you do that?
I just put it right on the roller.
On here? How much?
Right about that much. And
then just wiggle it around?
Yeah, you're gonna move it back and forth and across them. You're trying to get them all coated.
Okay. I'm just gonna make as much of a mess of this as I apparently can.
So, and you're gonna need probably a little bit more on the opposite side of where you started.
Is that okay?
Yeah. And you'll also want to make sure you get the ends of them greased. So, and once it's done, you can set it down on top of this.
Like this, or do you want me to like actually put
I
some
put a
on
little bit on the ends where they're gonna mate, right? Because they're gonna sit on top of each other.
I really want to coat this in grease.
So you can also just put it onto this, right?
Oh yeah. Set it down so that I have more on it. Start up with this much. How much am I doing?
So you're just gonna kind of like this one. You just kind of like touch off on some spots. And you're gonna do the same on these. You aren't really applying anything.
Yeah.
So.
Like that?
Yep. Okay. And then you're gonna kind of coat the inside of this.
That much?
Sure. It's kind of a subjective kind of thing.
Got it. Okay.
And yeah, these springs, like the straight edge goes in.
Straight edge goes in and the bent piece comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's got a lot of play in it.
Yeah, these have been used a lot.
They're
So
well loved.
This one definitely is.
There it does it.
The writing goes up.
Thank you.
Hit it down. There you go.
Hitting it is the answer. All right. So now, is there a spot?
There's a groove in there.
Okay. And you start it like that, and then you just walk it down.
No, you gotta physically move the spring in like a.
Wait.
And then as you go, right?
Okay. Let me
And
try
then that
again.
pushes it down into that groove.
Ah. I got it. That was an accomplishment right there.
So now you're done. You got one serviced. So now you're just gonna kind of spin it a little bit. So.
Oh, this only goes one way. That made me nervous.
This is building a frame for our Companionway, and this just replaces the upper washboard. So it's going to just be a wood frame, and then I'm going to put this stainless mesh across it. That way we can get airflow and keep the pesky bugs out. I'm just laying it all out, trying to get all the pieces to the right shapes and dimensions. Once they're all to the right shape, then I can put the screen, and I will use thickened epoxy, and I'll glue it all together. So.
Solid washboards are essential when sailing and living aboard in cold weather, but the summer can get pretty hot and stagnant in the marina, especially if you're roughing it with no air conditioner. For proper ventilation in the boat, you really need a way for the breeze to move through the Companionway hatch, but Philip and I are pretty set on keeping critters, especially the 8-legged and blood-consuming varieties, on the outside of the boat's interior. We looked into buying a big net like you'd hang on a sliding door, but it would nearly have to cover the entire Dodger, and it would make getting in and out of the boat pretty tricky. Plus, we would have to remove it while sailing due to the location of our traveler. Sailing on Lake Michigan can attract a ridiculous number of biting flies, even miles offshore, so if for whatever reason you forget to close the hatch, you may spend up to 45 minutes dual-wielding fly swatters and accumulating at least 3 to 4 dozen fly carcasses before you can safely climb in bed for the night. We have learned from that particular mistake, and nowadays we have a "the hatch always stays closed" policy. Being so light, it's easy to pop in and out as needed, and with the hard dodger mostly protecting it, we can even use it when it's raining. Well, unless the breeze is blowing in from the transom. Even though it's not super sturdy, and we can't use it as a handhold while getting in and out of the hatch like we do with the polycarb, well, in fact, one poorly placed set of toes going up and over, and this will likely need to be remade, we are pretty happy with the outcome, and if someone does trip and crumple it up or accidentally sits on it, we'll just be making a slightly more robust replacement.
I drilled holes in here for a pad eye that we're going to use to create a grab rail essentially across the boat. It'll be out of Dyneema, so that way it's, I don't know, it's just soft. It's not like a permanent thing, and we're not bolting it through the deck, which I don't like to bolt through the deck because that's a place for water to come in to the boat. I've got 4 bolts going through, and then I've got fender washers and a nut going on the back side. And they're large fender washers to help distribute all the loading that it probably will never see. I don't know if we'll actually use this a lot. Maybe we'll really love having it and we'll use it all the time, but we've managed fairly well without one for the last year or so. So this is the Dyneema that I'm going to use for the grab line. So this end we're going to attach with a soft shackle, and I'm trying to block some of the light from the Companionway so you can actually see what I'm doing. Alright. There we go. So you can see the end of this one. It's here. So we'll go like we'll put lashings to tension it right here. So I'll just kind of measure this out. For the moment, that will hold. So there's our new little grab line on the boat. Used to help walk before and after the boat. I'll probably have to retension it as the splices settle in a little bit because I didn't fully tension them. But I have extra lashings on that side to tension it.